is it possible to create an AI avatar, let's say load it up with material and become very super personalized? Are you actually feeling or thinking that that's where we are going to be going in the next couple of years?
I think it's a bit of that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, though. Like I really think it's that human element still going to be very key. That human interaction, just well, to get used to that as well, like in the student learning environment of talking to a superior, working with that, and then going to the workforce and the same thing. Because you want to be preparing them for the workforce, and you don't want to be saying, "All right, just talk to bots now," and then, "Oh, look, now you have to interact with humans and team members," and how that looks. So I think I'm, you know, I think it can work as a tutor, but not as the full-time teacher.
Yeah, and I'll jump into, I'm probably going to say something controversial here, but you all feel free to push back since this is an open dialogue and discussion and debate. But I mean, the thought that AI or bots can replace human teachers exclusively is offensive to me. I've been a public school educator for almost 30 years, 3 decades. And here's the truth about teaching children. The reality is that teaching is part art and part science. Now, I do think we can augment the learning environment where we can incorporate AI, especially with like the low-lying tasks. We talked, one of the things that we're seeing, I gave you that statistic by 2030, 32 billion in AI-related education. A lot of that is in the tutoring space. And so when you look, nationally, we got about 8 out of 10 kids that are below grade level that need some form of intervention, remediation, tutoring. I certainly think AI has a place there. But to think that AI, at least as it stands today, can come in and replace the coaching, the mentoring, the empathy that human teachers provide is offensive.
I was just going to say, I think it's a shift in the skills that are relevant. And you see the exact same shift in the corporate world, in fact, right? When we talk about using AI to improve processes and automate them and achieve new capabilities that simply weren't feasible before generative AI's sort of advent. One of the things we talk about is, okay, so what are the roles of the future? And one that is persistent when we talk about it is client interaction, right? Who's actually going to deliver the reports and coach the strategy and ask the intake questions and develop the relationship? That's going to be a person. And to me, there's just deep parallels there to what you're talking about in teaching. That, like, sure, a lot of the pattern recognition and the assessment creation and, individualization and a lot of those problems are solvable with AI. But what's not solvable is human relationships. By definition, those remain valuable. Yeah.
The areas that I do see it impacting K-12 education is at the administrative level. When I was in the superintendency, right before the ESSER COVID money was going to be eliminated, we were gearing up and preparing our district and our community for this massive reduction in workforce, right? So we brought in a company and asked them to do an analysis of our job descriptions and determine which duties of those job descriptions could be automated. Not to replace the individual, actually it was to repurpose them because we were having a hard time finding instructional aides and teachers. So that was our intent going into it. What we discovered is about 60% of those duties that people were doing could be automated. And that was 2 years ago. And so the impact and the area that's going to be most impact is going to be at the administrative level.